I believe in love. I wouldn't be here if I didn't believe in love. Ask anybody who knows me. I'm one of the most romantic people there is.
It's time for Roses and Rosé, you guys. We're back. I've missed you. I'm Lauren Zima, here to recap Becca Kufrin's season of The Bachelorette, and those words are so fabulous to say. Was your mind blown just like Jake or Justin or whatever his name's mind was blown when Becca sent him home? Spoiler alert, not really. You guys, it's the dawn of a new day, the commencement of a new era, the start of a new chapter in our journey.
1, 2, 3.
Becca Kufrin's season of The Bachelorette has begun, and the premiere didn't blow my mind, but I don't think it was supposed to. I think it was supposed to be a palate cleanser, just like this delicious rosé is for me. It was supposed to start us off strong and kind and genuine. Be kind, be smart, be Kuf! Becca Kufrin, that is.
And please don't edit this out. Him.
So just like Becca and those former bachelorettes cleansed the mansion with sage, we have some sage for our set. And yes, I just happen to have this in my desk. I don't know why. But we can't actually light anything here because, you know, fire hazard. So stage lighting. Stage saging.
I'm gonna start with these couches because this is where the men will be sitting. I'm gonna sage your
We started off with Becca sobbing, and I get that we have to, but I wish we didn't have to. But anyway, I have decided not to acknowledge he who shall not be named. And I have also decided not to really get into the guys' intro packages. They were super fun, but look, this premiere is about Becca. So I am only going to talk about moments that involved Becca. She deserves this, especially after he who must not be named revealed his wedding date the week of her premiere. Give it up! Anyway, so Becca tells Chris Harrison that she wants to find someone who is
110% in it.
You think? We need that extra 10%. Yeah, because we found out what the alleged 100 got us, didn't we? So let's cut to the mansion, to the hose-down driveway, to the guys making comments about how many more guys we're gonna see come in tonight, even though they know how many guys we'll see come in tonight because it's about the same number every episode of every season of this show. To the guys saying that one-on-one time with Becca is clearly an advantage. Yes, these are all our staples. And we're finding comfort in them, but newness in the boys.
Faison Le Paton de shoes.
So Becca meets Jean Blanc, and he has a terrible French accent. She meets Joe. I love Joe. Grocery store Joe. He stuttered. He didn't know what to say. He was so cute. You go, Joe. Becca meets Leo, and she tells him that he has hair like her sister's. He's not gonna go far. If somebody reminds you of your sister,
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Becca meets male model Jordan. And let's give Jordan some credit because while on camera, he says some funny crap, you know?
Modeling is so much more than being ridiculously good looking.
We have chiseled abs and stunning features.
He says that he spent 6 hours hand selecting his outfits and that he's gonna stand out because he's wearing a gray suit.
Just by me wearing gray, I will stand out.
And then Jordan goes inside where another guy is wearing a gray suit.
Hello.
Bye.
Then Becca meets Garrett. Garrett comes in a minivan, and I like Garrett. This was genuine, this made me smile, this was sweet. And most of all, Garrett knows the word rapport.
She's witty and has quick rapport.
Rapport. Blake arrives on an ox. He is sweet, and he's wearing a salmon-colored jacket. Sorry, Jordan.
Where did I put that playbook?
By the way, some weird names. We have Wills, we have Trent, and then there's Camille.
Hey, Becca, come here.
Camille has a rapport with social media. His job title is that he is a social media participant.
Well, actually, how about 60-40?
And I can only think of the female named Camille when I see Camille, and if you watch The Real Housewives on Bravo, especially that of Beverly Hills, all that I can think of is when Kyle Richards infamously told Camille Grammer, quote,
You're such a f***ing liar, Camille.
How can I match all this?
So now we have one-on-one time, and I want to note, during Becca's one-on-one time with Blake, she says things like,
I feel like we can relate on so many levels.
they get each other right away.
I was in the same boat with my ex, like,
Even though they don't know each other, she feels very connected to him. Pay attention to this, you guys, because there's a difference between saying that someone has a great personality, which sounds like you're into them, which means you're sort of into them, and saying that you are on the same wavelength with someone. We heard from our previous bachelorettes in the beginning of this episode that, you know, reminder.
All of our first impression roses went to the guys that we are with now.
That's the thing about this show. You're not in the real world. You don't have real life situations. So when you keep hearing Becca say things like, I'm gonna go with my gut, she has to go with her gut. She doesn't have anything else to go on. Okay? What? Oh. JC is back there, you guys, and he's just informed me that my wine glass was being blocked by the roses. What an incredible conflict of interest. And what wins here? The rosé.
So there is a guy here in the house tonight that might not have the purest intentions.
Now we're going to move on to the two, what I'm calling ABCs of the night. Absolutely bizarre confrontations. First, some guy says that a guy named Chase isn't there for the right reason because the first guy texted with a girl who dated Chase for a little while, and Chase is trying to defend himself, and part of his defense is that he says him and his mom have been watching The Bachelorette for a while, and like, what? And like, why are you guys bringing this to our girl Becca when she's trying to have a good night, okay? Don't you bother her with this garbage dumpster fire of a confrontation on her first night? Oh, Chase. Go home to your mother. It's awkward. There are awkward thank yous. He awkwardly asks to hold her hand.
Can I hold your hands?
And then plot twist, it leads to ABC number 2 because Becca wants to circle back with Jake, the guy who she knew from before, about why he's really there. And that leads us to the lore of the Christmas party.
is he here for me or what is he doing here?
Yes. Jake remembers meeting Becca at a Christmas party, but Becca says I met you many times before that, and Jake's defense of why he's there is, I only remember meeting you that one time. And Jake, that's not a defense. You realize how absolutely insane you sound, right? That would be a defense that you don't remember meeting her. Becca says she doesn't think he's there for the right reasons, and ultimately sends him home, and Jake's mind is blown. Bye, Jake. Oh, this was my favorite part.
I wanted you to know that I've had a very transformative year.
Guess what, Jake? So has Becca.
This is just us.
It's just us.
And she doesn't have time for this. Anyway, so we get some more one-on-one time, and then it's time for the first impression rose. And Becca gives it to Garrett in the minivan. Garrett is someone that Becca says she's smitten with. Again, you guys remember that these first impressions, this woman's intuition does seem to play a part. So we have our eye on a few people. And then the rose ceremony starts, and again, Becca says she plans to follow her gut, and she sends some people home. And I agree with a lot of her choices, like by Camille,
Lost a chicken, man.
by Chase, but Joe, oh no, not Joe.
I deal in produce, but one thing I haven't produced yet is love.
Grocery Stowe Joe? I liked Joe, you guys. He was really sweet, and I don't think he got a real chance. I wish that, you know how sometimes on like singing competition shows, the judges get a vote to bring somebody back even after the audience has voted them off? I'm in for that on this show. Like, let's let the audience bring somebody back who they think would be really good for Becca. And in this case, Joe. Our drinking game tonight that you shouldn't play because it's way too dangerous is to drink every time we talked about someone being there for the right reasons already on night 1.
That part wasn't easy. It's always hard to say goodbye.
Overall, everybody, what I would call a pretty tame premiere night, but again, I think we needed that. We needed to settle in to the calm. We needed to see that he who shall not be named has been resorted to being a cardboard cutout in the fabric of our history of this show. Flat, non-dimensional, and disposable. Too much? I don't think so. But let's talk about the season promo.
Coming up this season, it's an unbelievable romantic adventure.
That was where I got excited because I do think we are still going to get the dramatic show that we know and love, even though there is no Joe.
One thing I haven't produced yet is love.
So let's talk about things that we learned from the season promo at the end of the episode.
I'm falling in love with you.
Blake falls in love with her.
I am falling in love with you.
Colton tells her,
I'm in love with you.
Someone does to her what Arie did to her. Who would do to Becca what Arie did to Becca? E.T. loves Becca.
Liar and manipulator, Lincoln is.
Lincoln might be a really bad guy. Maybe it's Lincoln. Maybe Lincoln did to Becca what Arie did to Becca.
You are a pathological liar.
Chris is going to be the one who continues to call people out, just like he called out Chase. Jordan looks like he gets a 2-on-1, and that sounds pretty par for the course on his personality.
If the chicken stays and I go, I'd be extremely embarrassed.
Colton reveals he's a
Virgin.
Maybe the guys don't always believe him.
There's no way.
Whoa, Blake looks great in a trench coat. And Lincoln seems to drink a lot. So don't drink every time Lincoln drinks, because he drinks a lot in the season promo. There's an ambulance visit, and someone's in a pool of blood. Becca falls in love with two guys. We knew that, though, because she told us that last week during our ET interview with her. Check it out at etonline.com. Shameless plug. That's it. Those are all my notes. No mo notes. I am so excited for this season. I really genuinely enjoy Becca. And of course, we are going to be here every Monday night recapping The Bachelorette on Roses and Rosé. We will also recap it live with Roses and Rosé live every Tuesday morning with a special Bachelor Nation guest. And you guys need to check out our new Facebook group. It is all about The Bachelorette and The Bachelor, of course, when it returns. You can head over and check it out. We will put a link in the comments, and we can talk every single week about the episode as it happens. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'm so happy to be back with you. I missed you so much. Bye! By the way, JC is sporting a man bun. JC, come show everyone the man bun. Much like two of our suitors tonight. Oh yeah, JC, dressed for the occasion. This man doesn't miss a premiere.